the plant. So this is it. These are the ones I got. This is the best market I have ever vended at. Hey everyone, my name is Bria. Thanks for hanging out with me. So, I have a market in 6 days. So, I'll be going to that in this video. And I'm more nervous than usual for this market because supposedly this is a really big market. Mostly because it's on Canada Day. So, July 1st. Yeah. So, I'm really excited, but also very nervous because it's going to potentially be more busy than I'm used to. But in the meantime, I have some market prep still to do. I mean, technically I finished everything I need to do for market prep, but there's still some stuff that's like optional that I should do. So, for example, I need to finish off my axolotls. I have 2 I made here, but it would be good to get another pink one in. I should maybe get another cat or 2 because those have been really popular. And then other than that, everything else is just optional stuff or stuff that I could potentially use more of, but it's not like mandatory restock stuff. So we'll see what happens with that. Oh, also, I already did a test setup last week and I completely forgot to film it before taking it down. So hopefully I get a pretty decent detailed setup, display, video at the market. But that's it for now. I'm gonna work on that axolotl and watch some YouTube. I'll see you later. Of course, as soon as I go to film, the furnace turns on. AC? Vent? No. Water pump? I don't know what it is. It's just on and it's making noise. So please ignore that. I can't do much to control it and I need to film this now before I forget everything I was going to say. So, today's Wednesday. I finished the axolotl. Just, you know, a classic pink one. The last axolotl I needed to make for my market. After the axolotl, I desperately wanted to make a plant with some new yarn that I got semi-recently in one of my videos. I've been wanting to use it for a few weeks now, and I finally am getting to. It's this stuff. It's called Axolotls. It doesn't have a color name, just a code, but it's like this really pretty mix of vibrant greens and yellowish greens. And I've already done 3 of the vines. It's a curly fern. I'll link the pattern down below. But it's really pretty. I'm loving how the coloring's turning out on these. They're so cool looking. And the green is so nice and vibrant, and I find that the more vibrant green tends to sell better. I need to edit today. I'll probably edit later tonight. Also, since all my market prep stuff is done this week, I really, really, really want to start working on my badger again because I'm writing a badger pattern. And I started it like months ago, or what feels like months ago, and I haven't worked on it since. But I still have it, the half done test. And it's, you know, obviously not done yet. So I could still, I have all my notes and everything, so I could still pick it up and work on it. I want to finish this plant first because I'm wanting to make this plant for months, or at least weeks. I should clean my desk. I don't know if I'll get to all of this in this video. I tend to set my expectations way too high. Oh, also, I want to make more stitch markers. Maybe, potentially, do another randomized fruit. And potentially also do my thrifted key lock earrings. I've been putting those off just because I'm kind of scared that I'm gonna mess it up. Not that it's that hard to undo, but still, I think that's all I wanted to say. Hopefully that's all I wanted to say. I'm gonna keep working on the plant. Yes, I know I'm starting to film late today, but it's the way it is. So we'll see how much I get done today, because I really don't need to worry about any of my market stuff. I think I may have mentioned this already, but I've already done all the tagging and inventorying, and my list is done, which is very, very exciting. But also at the same time, I'm like, what am I supposed to do now? But yeah, that's all for now. I'll see you later. I finished the plant. I said this already, but the variegated green yarn that I was using is so pretty. It's so pretty. Maybe not the best yarn for a plant because it's pretty vibrant, but it's pretty. I don't know. Next, I want to make a stitch marker. I was thinking probably one of the randomized fruit ones. Yeah, let's do that first. I'm gonna spin the wheel. Here, let me show you. Hopefully the camera's not too wobbly, but here's the wheel. Here we go. Watermelon! Oh my goodness, actually that's one of the ones I wanted. So that's exciting, because it means I can use multiple colors. Well, can. It has more colors than just one, like last time when I was doing the banana, which is basically just yellow. But watermelon has, you know, like red and green. If you can see, these are all the fruits. The watermelon's down here in that corner. I think I have an idea, but I'm gonna get working on that. It's later again. I finished the watermelon stitch marker. Here it is. Let me get you a better camera angle. So this is it. There's the watermelon charm I was showing you earlier. And I decided to make the beads look like a watermelon slice themselves. You've got the black seeds of the watermelon and the green rind. And the beads get smaller as they go down to imitate the triangle shape of the watermelon slice. I think it looks pretty cool. I think now I'm gonna finally try and work on attempting to make something with the like steampunk stitch marker tools. Not tools. The keys and locks. We'll see how this goes. I'm excited though. I have to find some inspiration first, just to see if there's anything else I want to add to the stitch marker other than just the keys and the locks. So I'll see you later. Guess what? I am not making the key stitch markers yet. So before I started, no, actually, I had already started. I was taking the earrings apart. I realized I hadn't actually checked if the color of metal that are on the earrings actually exists at Michael's. And so I was like, curiosity got the best of me. And I checked, and they have some, and now I get to wait, because I want to get the proper metals for this so it will match, which means I'm not making them yet. I have to wait until I go to Michael's. But yeah, more waiting for this project. But at least that means I get to make something else. I want to use these butterflies. I have some ducklings. They're kind of rubber ducky looking ones. I have some frogs. I have some dragonfly wings. I have monsteras. So I still have things I could do. So I think I will go through my stuff and see if there's anything I want to do. I'm very sad though. I can't do them. Theoretically I could make the key stitch markers. I just really want them to turn out well, and I feel like if I don't get the right metals for it, it's not going to turn out well. So that gets to wait some more. I don't know when I'm going into the city next. We'll see. But I'll see you later with any progress I make. Hey everyone, it's Thursday. Since my mom works in the city with the Michaels, I decided that I would get her to do a pickup order for me. So this is it. Let me show you more closely. So these are the earrings. I started taking them apart that I thrifted a while ago that I needed the matching metal for. I was telling you about this, I think. And these are the ones I got. It's the oxidized brass. And I think it matches incredibly well. So I'm glad that worked out. I got the lobster claw clasps, 15 millimeter. I got the head pins, I got eye pins, and I got jump rings. Next, I got a bag full of kind of gear steampunky buttons. You can see there's like bigger ones in here, but there's also some smaller ones, which I hope will work for stitch markers. I don't know what to do with the bigger ones yet, but the small ones I'll definitely use. I also got some bigger jump rings because the buttons seem to need the bigger jump rings, and it just feels really squished right now with the ones I'm using, so I needed bigger ones. These are 8 millimeter. Lastly, I got some white and black buttons because I've been using those a lot just because they're neutral and they match basically everything. And I don't have really many white and black buttons. I was almost out, so yeah. I need to put them all in my container. Or at least, you know, the things that go in my container, I need to put them in there. But yeah, that's the haul. Oh wait, no, I lied. My mom also went to Walmart, and in case you couldn't tell, these are some of the ones I've been looking for. Specifically this one. It's like pink variegated with white in it. It's the new Burnet baby blanket. It's called Petal Pink. And then I got 2 of these ones. The labels are kind of catastrophic, but it's fine. The yarn's okay, so I'll use it. And what's this one called? Driftwood Dreams. Yes, I actually already had this one, which I forgot about, but this is one I use a lot, so I needed more anyway. And I only got 2 of those ones. So yeah, that is the haul. I desperately want to use those and make some steampunk stitch markers, but I need to finish some editing first, so I will see you later once that's done. I also wanted to show you the stitch markers I made last night. These 2 are part of my button collection. I've been calling them my lost button collection. So this one's a button lost in the galaxy, and this one's a button lost in the lavender field. And then I also made these 2. This one's a ducky in a pond. Sorry, I'm getting a terrible angle of this. There it is. And this one's a dragonfly. Yeah. Guess what? I finally made some steampunk stitch markers. Today's Friday, by the way, but I made these yesterday. Here's a close-up. I love the spring on this one. And just a reminder, this is what I was working with. I was working with some other stuff, but this was the main piece that I was using. The spring is from up here at the top. Came with 3 keys and a lock per earring. And so obviously I only disassembled, unassembled, 1. One of the earrings to make all these. Obviously I also got some lobster clasps and jump rings and a few other things like eye pins and the gears and the button, but they're so pretty. If it'll focus, please. Look how gorgeous they are. I love how they turned out. The only piece I didn't reuse is this one section of chain. I tried my best to use all the pieces of that earring. Yeah, so I'm excited to see what I can do with the other one too, but I don't know if I'll get around to it anytime soon just because I, just made these ones. Yeah, but this was so fun. So fun and so cool. I love them. The real question is now, what do I work on? I was thinking about maybe trying to make something with the new yarn I got yesterday, the pink baby blanket, corally pink, whatever it is. I have to think about it though. We'll see you later. It's Saturday. I was looking back at my footage and I realized I kind of didn't film my face for a couple days. But first things first, the yarn I got the other day, the petal pink one that we found, I made a dragon. It's the No Sew Dragon pattern by Crochet by Jenna. I do edit it a little bit. The ears, instead of doing like the treble bobble, I think it is, I do like chains and working back into those chains, and also the wings. In the original pattern, this round down here, the ruffle round, is the color changed one. Instead, what I do is I do the whole wing in white, and then I color change at the end of the wing, and then I do an extra single crochet row along the top. But I love this yarn. I love how it turns out. It's just so pretty. Now I'm inspired. I want to, not from the yarn, I mean obviously from the yarn too, but also just dragons. And I've been seeing people making fall stuff already. I know it's still summer, but you gotta start early for craft fairs. So I think I'm gonna make a fall dragon. I haven't done it yet, but if I finish that in this video, I will definitely show you. Also, stitch markers. I made some more. Before I show you, I finally stole a bowl from the kitchen so I could use it for my beading because it was driving me crazy. They were rolling everywhere. So that's good. So I made 6 yesterday. Let me go through each one and show you. This one, I kind of wanted it to be an iridescent kind of oil slick look. So I found a bunch of, if you'll focus on it, I found a bunch of iridescent beads, and I also added this spring, and I think the spring is the coolest thing ever. It just looks awesome on here. Next, I made like a cotton candy inspired color scheme. I saw some inspiration on Pinterest where they made like a chain out of jump rings and they added beads to the chain itself. It's a little bit hard to show you because my camera's tilting down right now and it's more of a hanging design. It doesn't sit very well when it's laying flat on the table, but that's what it looks like. Next is another one from my Lost Buttons collection. It's button lost in the ocean or on the beach. We've got a sea star, we've got the ocean colors. This one I added because the gold sparkly looks kind of like sand. And then obviously the button. Next, these 3. I was originally just going to make one. It's kind of a remake of this one, which is the one I use all the time for myself right now. I made it and I'm using it. And so I wanted to make another one. And then I just got inspired by the leaf beads I had and the green colors I had and the buttons. So I made 3. This one's kind of the spring one. The bright green and the pale colored button. I mean, it's white. It's not color, but still. You get what I mean. And then this one's like the summer one with the more deep emerald green leaf. And then this one's kind of the fall one with the more dying reddish tones and the wood button. Also, if you noticed, I used different metals for each one of them to match, and I love how these ones turned out. They're so pretty. I've just been loving doing the Lost Button collection. They're just so cool, and they inspire me so much because they make me think about like stories, which I love doing. Like, why are these buttons lost? Who lost them? What type of person were they? Why would they have lost it? You know, it's just so fun to me. Those are all the stitch markers. My favorite from yesterday was, if I had to choose a favorite, it would probably be the beach one. I just love how balanced it is. It's just very visually like appealing. I don't know what it is about it. It's just so pretty. But yeah, that's what I was doing yesterday. I need to decide what to make next. I'll see you later. Hey everyone, it's the day after the market, and let me just say, oh my goodness, this market was insane in the best way possible. So I'm going to be going over some statistics. Hopefully that's interesting to you. First off, card versus cash. Card was 70% and cash was 30% for this market. I also wanted to go over my top 10 sellers. Since there was so much variety in what sold, I'm going to be listing just my top 10 in ascending order of how much each type of item made for me. I'm also going to be listing how many of those items sold. First off, I sold 5 pops, 4 of which were mushroom pops. Those are the cable and canvas patterns. I sold 5 rats. Those are my pattern. I sold 3 hedgehogs, 12 minis, 2 geese, 2 brontosauruses, 6 chickens, 3 Bo the bunnies, 8 axolotls, and 7 cats. And now for the final grand total, and this is only minus table fees. My table fee was $60 for this event, which is lower than I thought it would be after being at this event. But when I checked back at my records, it was $60, which is a lot higher than I usually have square fees for. But my guess is probably because of how much I made, and I'll tell you that in a second. And the fact that 70% of this was card. Also, just disclaimer, I don't factor material costs into this just because I find it takes way too much time for me personally to weigh out all the individual items of each individual thing I'm selling. I just factor in material costs and bump up my hourly wage a little bit to take that into account. But finally, my total was $1,110. Oh my goodness. So just to put that into perspective, my last highest market that I have ever done was about $550. This was double that. This is the best market I have ever vended at. It was insane. So just a little bit of experience on my day. I was standing for 90% of the time. There were people constantly at my table. Luckily, I had my sister there to help me out. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to eat anything. I wouldn't have been able to sit down at all. That's how insane it was. I was like, we were swamped the whole time. Stuff was constantly selling. We had to restock quite a few things. I was like, I had like 10 seconds to check my reports in my square of how much I've been selling partway through the day. And about halfway through the event, it was already at like $550. So if that puts that into perspective for you, I am just like floored. I don't know what to think. I'm extremely happy, but I'm also thinking ahead to all the stuff I'm gonna have to remake. I already have a list out on my phone. When we were there, I was trying to, when I had like 2 seconds, I would write down something I needed to make again. And then afterwards, I went through all the categories that sold and wrote down all the numbers of everything that I needed to remake. It's a lot. It's a good problem to have because I am so grateful for how much sold at this market. So most of this is going back into my business. I'm so happy. This was the best market I've ever been to, and significantly the best market. I am so grateful. But hopefully I went over everything that you wanted to know. One more thing. In total, I sold 72 items, if I'm adding that correctly. 72. I don't know what to think. Also, I'm sorry I didn't get any after footage or during footage. As I said, it was insane. I was just tired afterwards, so I really just needed to leave and pack up, and so I forgot. If you enjoyed and you want to support me in any way, liking, commenting, subscribing, that all helps out. But for now, that's it. Thank you. Bye.